Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's when he tried biting. I ain't even noticed that till somebody said something. Somebody said he tried to bite me. I ain't know nothing until somebody said that shit after the fight. And look, they talking about it.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Of course, another comparison I don't want to make to Mike Tyson, but
Nah, that's crazy. That's what he do. He get dirty. He know that he.
And is following the controversial events of round 9. Roach has now made a shocking accusation, claiming that Davis attempted to bite his ear during round 6, drawing immediate comparisons to Mike Tyson's infamous incident with Evander Holyfield. Throughout the match, Roach consistently landed cleaner shots and controlled several pivotal moments, leading many to question the final decision. Fueling the controversy further, Joe Budden came out in full support of Roach, stating, "I owe that man an apology. He definitely earned my respect. That was the best fight I've ever seen against Tank. I think he won. If they had counted the knockdown, he would have had it." Budden's bold remarks sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Fans and analysts alike are now debating whether Roach was unjustly denied victory. His performance solidified his status among boxing's elite, and mounting pressure is now on Davis, as calls for a rematch grow louder. Former fighters, trainers, and boxing experts have weighed in, many agreeing that Roach deserved a better outcome. Most notably, the unacknowledged knockdown in round 9 is being seen as a potential game-changer. Sergio Mora, former world champion and respected analyst, didn't hold back in his criticism. Addressing the controversial moment, he said, "It was a great performance by Roach. Too bad the judges didn't see it that way, and they didn't count that knockdown. It was terrible." His words echo the outrage of countless fans who have taken to social media to voice their frustration. Despite Roach's outstanding effort inside the ring, the official decision painted a different picture. As demand for a rematch continues to surge, many are questioning whether this fight will serve as a catalyst for much-needed changes in boxing's judging standards, especially in high-stakes bouts. Roach's team has remained vocal, refusing to let the controversy be swept under the rug. Now, another major voice in combat sports has entered the
I thought
conversation.
it was a good fight. You didn't think
Great fight, but I just champion guy taking a knee, talking about greasing his hair.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, yo, how you just in the middle of the fight just go wipe your face?
Also, here's the deal. If you take a knee, that's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Subtract 2, right?
You got hit with a jab.
Yeah.
You took a knee.
And then you walked off.
Exactly. That is a knockdown.
Yeah.
So I think they're reviewing that right now.
Nah, that guy.
Joe Rogan. Known for his deep understanding of fighting, Rogan didn't hold back, stating that Roach not only outboxed Davis, but also scored a clear knockdown that was completely ignored. His statement has only intensified the debate. Joe Rogan's statement has added even more weight to Roach's case. The boxing world is in turmoil, with many voices calling for improved officiating across the sport. Fans are demanding answers, and several experts are calling this one of the biggest robberies in recent memory. Roach's popularity has reached an all-time high, and his supporters are standing firmly by his side. The calls for justice are growing louder, and the entire boxing community is watching closely to see what happens next. The controversy surrounding the GervontaDavis versus Lamont Roach fight.
Did Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point, and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, if it was a draw, he take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put it a towel in the face, that's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not.
Continues to escalate. Now, another massive name has joined the debate, Canelo Alvarez. The boxing superstar openly criticized Davis, stating that his actions inside the ring were unacceptable. According to Canelo, Davis should have been disqualified for what took place during the fight. His bold statement has increased pressure not only on Davis but also on the Boxing Commission to respond to the controversy and take action. Canelo. Alvarez's statement sent shockwaves through the boxing world, further strengthening Roach's case. When a legend like Canelo speaks out against injustice, people start to believe that something has to be done. Roach's team is now more fired up than ever. They're pushing hard for a rematch and have made it clear that they won't accept the outcome without a fight. Meanwhile, Davis has remained silent in the face of the growing backlash. Demands for
That they wasn't going to overturn it?
Yeah.
I mean, I expected that. I don't really see them doing that. Tank is too big of an attraction. New York, I felt like for a while I was battling with Las Vegas for the big fights. Big fights are edging back to New York. Devin Haney, Brian Garcia was in New York. Tank was in New York with this one, with Lamont. Tank was also in New York for, was it a Rolly?
Rolly. Wilder, Helenius, New York.
Wilder, Helene. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is New York trying to stay in the in the mix when it comes to the big fights. So I didn't, and the reason that matters is because they lose out on a lot of big shows if they overturn it. If they keep it a draw, you get to see the draw again in New York. That's what Tank said.
for accountability are growing louder, and the boxing world seems more divided than ever. With superstars like Canelo stepping forward and speaking the truth, the pressure on Davis and the officials has reached its peak. Despite having the support of legends and fans alike, Lamont Roach didn't limit the fight to the ring. He officially filed an appeal against the decision. His team presented strong arguments, highlighting missed calls and controversial referee decisions. Many believed the appeal would either overturn the result or at least pave the way for a rematch. However, in a move that disappointed fans even further, the appeal was rejected. As a result, Davis's undefeated record remains intact, and the controversy still hangs in the air, unresolved. Trainer Greg Hackett also weighed in on the decision, stating that overturning the result was never a realistic option. According to him, boxing is not just about punches, it's also a massive business. States like New York, which are eager to attract big fights, often see a controversial draw.
You got to learn from the first fight. And you got to bring something different, but at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. You can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these.
As a way to set up another blockbuster rematch. It benefits the promoters, brings attention to the venues, but for Roach and his team, it was another setback. After the appeal was rejected, fans' anger only grew. Now, the call for fairness is louder than ever, and Roach has made it clear. There's no way they're leaving this fight without a definitive ending. The entire focus is now on a rematch. Roach and his team are aggressively pushing for a second fight. They believe only a decisive victory can truly settle the score. Fans, analysts, and even some fighters are urging Davis to accept the challenge and put an end to the debate once and for all. The first fight was incredibly competitive, and now that both fighters have something to prove, the hype surrounding a rematch is reaching new heights.
Your draw. Who do you feel like wins the rematch?
Who wins the rematch?
Yeah.
They're both gonna come ready again. See, the first one was a tough one too. I had Lamont pulling it off. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, smudge. Like I wasn't mad at the draw. You know, I'm gonna rock with Lamont though.
Think Lamont takes it?
It's hard.
Close, yo.
Because Lamont surprised me a lot. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna say Lamont, man.
Lamont takes it.
The demand is growing quickly, and the stage is set for a high-stakes showdown. Trainer Greg Hackett shared his thoughts on the potential rematch, emphasizing that both fighters must make key adjustments. He noted that Roach needs to learn from the first fight and come in with a new strategy, while Davis must also remain cautious, as the first fight was too close to call. This makes the possibility of a second meeting even more exciting. With no clear winner in their initial bout, a rematch is the only way to settle the score. Both fighters understand what's at stake, and if the fight happens, it could be one of the biggest in recent boxing history. Julian Gonzalez also shared his perspective on the rematch, acknowledging just how tough the first fight was. He admitted he leaned toward Roach winning but wasn't upset with the draw. recognizing how competitive the fight truly was. Like
A rematch, very exciting though, and I think that's great for Gervonta because other than Shakur, who's the other major
Challenger.
star,
Yeah.
and then Lomachenko if he decides to fight again, but other than that, there's not a lot of
Not really a lot of
compelling
challenges
Right.
out there for him.
So now this Lamont Roach fight becomes like the most compelling fight in the division.
many others, Gonzalez expects both fighters to return stronger and deliver another thrilling battle in the ring. With Davis looking to silence his critics and Roach determined to prove he was wronged, the rematch is shaping up to be even bigger than the first encounter. As more voices from the boxing world weigh in, the pressure continues to mount on Davis to accept the rematch. Roach has already made it clear that he wants another shot, and his team is doing everything possible to make it happen. Fans are rallying behind him, believing he deserves a fair chance at securing a decisive victory. The controversy from the first fight hasn't faded, and a rematch is the only way to settle the score. With both fighters now having something to prove, the boxing world is gearing up for what could be one of the most anticipated fights of the year. Joe Rogan also weighed in on the rematch, calling it one of the most exciting matchups in the division. He pointed out that aside from top names like Shakur,
Scared of him, and Lamont was not scared of him.
It's pretty.
But they have fought in the amateurs before. I think they fought twice in the amateurs. But Lamont's a new star. That guy's super
Coming up in
legit.
the ranking.
Super legit and very skillful. Like the way it wasn't just that like Gervonta didn't show up or Gervonta wasn't at his best. No, like Lamont
gave him
fought
some
a
challenges.
fantastic fight. You know what I'm excited for, man? Terrence Crawford and Canelo. That's the one.
That's gonna be a big one.
That's the one.
That's a huge fight.
That's the one.
That's
That's
the
the
one.
one.
Yeah,
A lot
that's
of
the
people
one for the year.
think Terrence is too small. He weighed himself the other day. He was 185 pounds.
Stevenson, and Lomachenko, there aren't many compelling challenges left for Davis. This makes the Roach rematch even bigger, not just for Roach, but for Davis as well. With the controversy from the first fight still fresh, running it back would bring massive attention and settle the debate once and for all. Rogan C. Perspective has only added more weight to the growing demand for a rematch. The first fight proved that Roach is a legitimate threat, and many believe he deserves another shot at Davis. The potential rematch isn't just about Roach proving himself. It's also an opportunity for Davis to show he can win convincingly. A second fight could be one of the biggest events in boxing, drawing in both casual fans and hardcore followers of the sport. With both fighters having everything to gain, the pressure is on to make it happen. Joe Rogan continued to praise Lamont Roach, highlighting his fearless performance against GervontaDavis. He pointed out that Davis typically steamrolls his opponents, with many fighters hesitant to engage with him.
We're taking a rematch, to be honest.
Tell me why.
I think he'll stop him in the rematch, too.
Tell me why.
I think he'll stop him. I mean, well, I just feel like
your boy Shock said that they were sparring over there. That the round two, the next fight, we're gonna get like what we expected. Did you feel any of that?
That's what I feel, bro. I feel like the next fight, I feel like I think Tank gonna put him on the next fight. Now it's all rumors and stuff. Of course, we don't know if it's true, but I mean, I heard that Tank was going through a lot of stuff, bro. We all know, bro. Like, well, I know, but a lot of people. I mean, as a fighter, bro, it's more mental than anything. When you got a lot of stuff mentally going on, bro.
But Roach was different. He stepped up without fear and delivered a performance that showed he belonged among the elite. Their shared history in the amateurs may have played a role, but in the professional arena, Roach proved he was more than just a familiar face. His skill, toughness, and ability to push Davis to the limit have now made him a rising star in the division. Rogan's words further solidify Roach's growing reputation in the boxing world. He didn't just survive against Davis. He took the fight to him and made it one of the toughest battles of Davis's career. Fans and analysts are now seeing Roach as a legitimate top contender, not just a tough opponent. His performance has shifted the conversation in the lightweight division, placing his name alongside the best. With this momentum, a rematch with Davis wouldn't just be about settling controversy. It would be a fight between two of the division's biggest names, with everything on the line.
Today, bro, fighters are human, just like everybody is. So we got a lot of mental going on, a lot of personal stuff going on. And when you got all that stuff going on, bro, like, it'll get in your head. You know what I'm saying? So I heard that Tank had a lot of stuff going on. And you can tell, bro, you can even hear him in the interviews. He was talking about retirement. He was talking about going to therapy. So when you hear that, bro, you know, like, he's not mentally there. He's not clear. He's not clear-headed.
Prograis shared his thoughts on the potential rematch, leaning in favor of GervontaDavis. He believes that if Davis and Roach meet again, Davis will stop him in the second fight. Prograis pointed out that the first bout didn't go as expected, but he feels the rematch will be different. Rumors have circulated that Davis wasn't at his best mentally going into the fight, and some believe that affected his performance. Prograis suggests that with a clear mindset and proper preparation, Davis will dominate in the rematch. Despite Prograis favoring Davis, many still believe Roach has what it takes to pull off the upset. His ability to match Davis in the first fight proved that he's not just another opponent, he's a serious contender. If Davis was indeed dealing with outside distractions, a focused version of